Let's begin. We invite you into our circle. If that's you, give us a sign.
Welcome back to another episode of Chris and Matt on Movies. Today we are going to talk about Oujia! Oujia Origin of Evil. This is the prequel, you can say, coming from the movie of 2014, Oujia. Now, I remember when the first film came out, it was very interesting because I remember seeing this in the theater. My sister and I are like big horror guys, horror fans. We love horror movies, especially this time of year. And I remember seeing this with her, and we both looked right after the movie, and we said, this movie is horrible. And Oujia was horrible. I was born in a faith religion as a Christian when I was growing up. So you could tell I'm not really big on religion anymore. I mean, I'm not huge on it. But I would never touch one of these things. I think that is a given. I would never touch a Ouija. I would never touch a Ouija board per se, because I wouldn't. That's like where I crossed the line of doing that. So what this movie is about is it is set in the 60s and is directed by Mac Flanagan. Now, Mac Flanagan has done some really great movies before. Hush, Oculus, which you should check out. It has a great performance with Katie Sackhoff in it. And what this movie is about is after a big tragedy happens with this family, this mother who is kind of like a psychic per se, and she likes to trick people out of money, is trying to get this business going, and her daughter messes with the wrong thing, which is a little Ouija board, and to try to communicate with somebody from their past, and shit goes crazy. I will say this is actually a pretty good movie. I really hated the last one, and don't quote me on this, but saying right now, I thought this movie was actually pretty good. This was a scary movie, and this is something to say because I was worried about what Mike Flanagan was going to do with this movie. I was very interested to see his take on the Ouija, especially with some great directors like the Lights Out director who is doing Annabelle 2. And I like how these kind of directors are going to try to do something different with the franchises and kind of pick them up. And I thought Mike Flanagan did a good job. I thought the first two acts were great. I mean, the way it looks is that this movie felt so much like a 1960s kind of Universal. You know, remember when you saw Jaws, you had the original Universal logo show right here. And I love that kind of thing where it shows like that original Universal logo. And have you ever seen the film Fight Club where they talk about how they use the film frames? I'll show you a clip from that. But I mean, that scene where they're talking about how they use that marker, they use that from Fight Club. I thought Mike Flanagan handled this perfectly, and how he handled the tone and the settings and like the way that you needed to do for like a film like Ouija Book of Evil, Origin or whatever Evil. It's one of the weirdest titles. I thought he handled that perfectly. I thought the first two acts were great. Let's talk about the performances. The young girl who is an Oculus, I thought she was fantastic. I think she's going somewhere. People need to look out for her. The young girl scared the shit out of me. I thought she was great. The mom who was in Twilight, I thought she was really great. And Henry Thomas, do you not know who Henry Thomas is? That was the guy who talked about penis breath and a little alien called E.T.
Maybe it was a pervert or deformed kid or
A
something.
deformed kid.
Maybe an elf or a leprechaun.
It was nothing like that, penis breath.
So I think, Henry Thomas coming in playing this priest, I thought that was cool. I thought he was good. The movie fell for me was right when the first two, I was like, this is a good movie. They don't go so hard on the jump scares. They really don't. And I thought they handled it. The movie has suspense and has creepy tensions at times, but the way the movie fell apart was the last act. The last act was horrible. When you had such a great movie like this was going, and then all of a sudden you get this last act, and it's like you're killing the movie. You're killing the film because the last act of the movie was trying so hard to be this horror movie and letting everything go to shit, and that's where I thought the movie lost it. Was the first act, like hour and like half, were great, and then the last half of the movie comes out, and it's horrible. It's atrocious, and one of the worst endings like I've seen in a while. So I respect Mike Flanagan for trying to let's score this thing. Because I thought the first acts were so good, they were so great with that first act, and I had a lot of positive coming in. Then the last half of the film came out, and it was so bad that I had to put my rating all the way down. I can say this movie is fresh, and I'm going to go 3 out of 5 for my rating system, 3 out of 5. It's a movie I definitely would say maybe rate and wait till like rental or something and go and see this because it's actually a pretty good film. But that is my review on Ouija Origin of Evil. Let me know down below, guys, what you guys think of the movie if you have seen it, and what you guys think about talking like that. Me and Matt are going to come back together this week and talk about Jack Reacher Never Go Back. That review will be up on Friday. And also look forward to my American Honey review. I'm going to talk about that. And on Monday, we are going to have the very first ever episode of Chris and Matt on Movies podcast. We're going to talk about Tom Hanks movies and possibly a special guest. So stay tuned for that, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys liked us, like and share. Show everybody off. We really have fun kicking it. And until next time, guys, I'll see you guys later. Peace.